O Uganda, may God uphold thee. May God uphold thee. Everything is moving so fast. Even we political philosophers don't have time to analyze one event after another. Everything is moving so fast. We've just had the presidential and parliamentary elections in January 2026. Then immediately we saw a petition, a presidential petition, which was filed by one, and then it was withdrawn. We've not got time to analyze it. We are seeing 107 parliamentary election petitions. Then later we see the swearing in of the president and MPs. Then slightly before that, we saw the birthday run for General Muhoozi and those who attended. And then the events are moving fast. I'm just trying to recount these events and keep them in order because people like forgetting. And then we saw the removal of Speaker of Parliament, Anita Among Annette, the drama of incarcerating her, digging the carpets of her house. And then we saw PLU bringing a new Speaker of Parliament and a Deputy Speaker of Parliament. Now, PLU, chaired by General Muhoozi, is now determining who should be the Speaker and Deputy Speaker of Parliament. And then we note another event, the trial of Besigye, in and out of court. And then we see the issue of Mayor Lukwago being arrested, being brought to court, the court denying him bail, being remanded to prison. The events are moving so fast. Uganda, may God uphold thee. And then we before we handle the issue of Lukwago, now there are MPs who want to remove the leader of opposition. The leader of opposition should now be determined by PLU / NRM. They have been instructed, they have notified the speaker. Why all these things? And then after that, we see PLU summoning all the ministers for their function, ministers of the government of Uganda going to attend activities of PLU. And then we now see a video recording of the Speaker of Parliament saying everyone should join PLU. That everyone, everyone should join PLU. Now that is from the Speaker of Parliament. The events are fast. I'm just giving the chronology of events. So I'm still thinking. I'm thinking as a political philosopher. And I'm now thinking on two things. What should worry Ugandans? One, what should worry Ugandans is not the collapse of democracy. Democracy can collapse and it can be restored. You can amend the constitution, restore term limits, restore age limits, get the army out of politics completely. Democracy can be restored. So what worries me is not the collapse of democracy. You know what worries me? Is the entering of the military into the civilian space. Is the entering of the military into parliament. Is the entering of the military into the judiciary. That worries me. Democracy can be restored, but this phenomena which these PLU MPs are encouraging, it worries us because Uganda will go the line of Egypt to become a military state. Uganda will go the line of Myanmar. That worries us because the architects of the 1995 Constitution says the military should stay out of politics. Actually, the law says the UPDF shall be non-partisan and subordinate to civilian authority. I think around Article 210, 214, 211, the Uganda People's Defense Forces shall be a professional, non-partisan armed forces and subordinate to the civilian authority. That is why General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni retired from the armed forces to become the civilian authority. I was in Bombo, where there was a 21-gun salute. He was retiring from the army so that he can become a political leader, subordinate to the civilian authority. What worries me now, through PLU, the UPDF is becoming the authority. And yet the law says it should be subordinate to civilian authority. Are we entering military rule? Is the transition on? Another event I forgot is the blocking of lawyer Karua from the airport. So the events are moving too fast. Too fast. Now people have been asking me, political philosopher, Otto, why can't Ugandans react? Why is the silence of Ugandans so loud? Why is the silence of Ugandans so loud that even the deaf can hear? In Uganda, if I may do a quick comparison between Uganda and Kenya, in Uganda we have elite consensus. In Kenya we have tribal consensus. In Uganda they just pick a few things they give to the elites. Here. So the elites, they leave the people down. Then they agree, let's first follow the government. In Kenya, every tribe must be represented. It's more of a tribal democracy. So if there is no proper representation, wow, the Nandi on the streets, the Kikuyu, the what, then there'll be a political problem and the government would listen. But here they just pick people. They give pick, they give pick, they give pick, they give. That is one reason why we may not react like Kenyans. The second one, we still don't have a political class struggle in Uganda. Bobby Wine tried to bring that between the haves and the have-not. Uganda has the equator. It has land. It has good sunshine. Everyone has land in the village. There are no landless people. You go to the village, you eat free mangoes, free tomatoes. So nature is still kind to us, but that's not the case in Kenya. And then lastly, why we don't react is that the military in Uganda was completely destroyed. And they built the military. So we have the military having a quasi-say into civilian matters. In Kenya, the military stays in the barracks. The rule of the thumb, the moment you join the army in Kenya, that's it. To hell with politics. Here, the military still has a big brother syndrome. So everything is moving so fast. The good brains are leaving the country. The serious brains are locked in prison. So what is my advice? We just keeping on. But a whole referee, a whole speaker of parliament, a referee, a man who should referee the house between the government and opposition, is now urging everyone to join PLU. So we are back into a one-party system, in a movement system. Without a referendum, God bless this country.